Okay, guys, welcome back to a new video here, and I gotta talk about this. So, Cenk Uygur and Dave Rubin had a heated debate, if you can even call it a debate, on Piers Morgan Uncensored today, and Cenk Uygur absolutely ruthlessly attacked Dave Rubin. Like, it was wild. I've been waiting for a debate like this for a while because the Young Turks has destroyed Rubin. Many people on the left, and even some on the right, have called Rubin a grifter, a sellout, in it for money. And in my opinion, it's kind of hard to deny if you look at exactly what happened with his trajectory. So let's talk about it. First, they were asking Rubin, Piers was asking Rubin about how Ana Kasparian and the Young Turks, they seem to be making a rightward swing. Which is why also this debate is super interesting at a time like this when the Young Turks and guys like Cenk and especially Ana are getting a lot of hate. Like, oh, you guys are pulling the Dave Rubin, which is what Cenk said, for example. Now, there's a lot of differences, though, in terms of what exactly they're doing. Cenk and Ana, I don't think they're doing the full rightward swing like Dave Rubin did. Because again, Cenk's emphasis, for example, is about issues they agree on. And you can agree or disagree with whether or not it's the right strategy, but, anti-war, Pentagon cutting. A lot of people on the left think, they're schooling you, Cenk. They're not actually serious about this stuff. But Cenk hasn't actually become a Republican, said he believes all this Republican things. So it's not the same thing at all. And the reason with Dave Rubin, for example, Cenk Uygur brought up to him, and it's totally true, he made a video, Dave Rubin, why I left the left, or like something like that, why I left the left, and it got a ton of views on PragerU. Then all of a sudden, he goes up and up and up in views until he finally is full-blown MAGA. Before, when he was a progressive commentator, he wasn't as popular. Only when he started talking about right-wing ideas and right-wing views, he started to build an audience. So I don't think it's a coincidence, guys. The incentives supported him making the rightward shift. And it was such an obvious grift to a lot of people, which is why so many people said, oh, Dave Rubin, you're pulling a Dave Rubin, you're pulling the grift, the right-wing grift, which is, he's kind of synonymous with that term. It is true. It just is. And again, people have said, and Cenk was destroying him, man. I mean, calling him a sellout, a fraud, all this stuff on the panel. And Rubin was like, whoa, this is the problem with the left. And then they moved on to a different topic. And Rubin brought it up again because he couldn't get over it. But Cenk was just hammering him away. And then, they brought up, for example, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who was a big donor of Young Turks, which a lot of people have criticized Cenk for. Like, oh, who are you, Cenk? You take money from all these donors, too. Cenk's response was, oh, yeah, he supports Hillary Clinton and all these donors. But Cenk said, I didn't change my entire philosophy because of it. We disagree on many things, but I didn't change my philosophy on it. And you know what? That's true, because it's not the same as Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin changed his entire philosophy. Now, is it possible Cenk and Ana, they just go full-blown Republican? I guess it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen. But to say it's the same thing as the Dave Rubin, I don't think so. And Cenk brought up a good point. He said, the reason why a lot of people think that Cenk and Ana are like going full right-wing is because of people like Dave Rubin who changed their entire political ideology. And yeah, and to be fair, like, Dave Rubin called out Cenk and the Young Turks dozens of times. And again, so have they. They've called them out too. But to pretend as if Dave Rubin and again, Piers tried to jump in and defend Dave. Like, oh, I think he's honest. And Dave Rubin has changed all of his political beliefs in the span of a couple of years. And now he's taking a lot more money. I mean, guys, it's basic incentive structure. Use your brains here. I mean, come on. And then they bring up, again, Piers. It's just so wild the way they structure the show, man. I mean, Piers asked him, he's like, oh, Laura Loomer called you out saying you're not accepted. Like, what do you think about that, Cenk? First of all, why the fuck would Cenk care what Laura Loomer said, a total lunatic, saying, yeah, I care about, I want Laura Loomer's acceptance. Are you kidding me? I mean, it is a joke. It is a joke. And then Cenk basically said, listen, I don't care what Laura Loomer says, I don't want forgiveness. They're trying to get a deal done. We're trying to unite on certain issues with Republicans. Doesn't mean Cenk's becoming a Republican. It's key. It's key to make that point, guys. And then it got really personal. Cenk was bringing up how the FBI is actually looking into Dave Rubin for the Russians allegedly, or I forgot exactly what the deal with that was. But they were paying some Russian company. They were laundering money through Dave Rubin's company, Tim Pool's company, and a bunch of other right-wing influencers who just happened to be talking about relatively pro-Russian or anti-Ukrainian, however you want to look at it, propaganda. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. Maybe the FBI is looking into that, it seems. So, again, I think it's a nuanced thing with Cenk and Ana, and we got to see how that all turns out, whether they go full right wing, which I don't think so. But again, I think more with Anna, I think there's a better chance that she goes full right wing than Cenk. Cenk is definitely still pretty ruthless in some of his attacks, especially but the Dave Rubin thing was wild. When you saw Anna Kasparian said she might have been wrong about Dave Rubin, and Anna Kasparian destroyed Dave Rubin over the years. So for her to say that specifically that's pretty interesting. But again, it called him a sellout, a fraud. Rubin was like, whoa, he just couldn't handle Cenk. He was getting ruthlessly destroyed by him. It was unbelievable stuff. But again, we got to see what happens with Cenk and the Young Turks. So that's another huge storyline, and we're going to see if they do the full right-wing turn. But Dave Rubin, I think it's about time he gets confronted on some of this stuff. I'm surprised it took this long, and it comes at a time where Cenk and the Young Turks are being accused of pulling a Dave Rubin, so that's why it's even more interesting this conversation comes at a time like this. So, again, pretty wild stuff, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm. And, yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.